as a regulator, the number of times I used people's own procedures in evidence against them isn't funny. So organizations will buy generic procedures from people, implement it and say, there you go.
Oh, no.
Then they don't follow it and somebody gets hurt.
Okay, so I just want to interrupt you there
take notes,
because, take notes. But that kind of leads into one of the ones I actually wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
So I was reading an article this week where there's been a psychiatric injury for a sham dismissal where the company has breached their own policies and procedures. Are you able to give us like the quick and dirty version of that? Obviously, we can put the link up on our website, Louise, for this as well. But this is a real live example of where an organisation was fined $1.44 million, huge amount of money, for actually breaching their own policy and procedures. Over to you, Martin.
Yeah. So this was a Supreme Court decision about 2 weeks ago, and it was in relation to Vision Australia. So Vision Australia employed somebody. He was a little bit prickly, shall I say. And they addressed that prickly individual through their performance management processes. Ultimately, they terminated him for being too prickly. He took them to court for unfair dismissal and won. The legislation around unfair dismissal limits your compensation you can get. I forget what it is.
It was around $27,000.
Yeah. So that's the maximum. And it's based on your salary over a number of weeks, and you get 2/5 of fuck all, really. But anyway. So not settled happy with that. They then took another action. And the action that they took was under the psychosocial safety, in so much as that Vision Australia had written procedures around performance management and termination. They didn't follow those procedures, so he was unfairly dismissed. The manner in which he was unfairly dismissed caused him a psychological injury, and he sued them for the psychological injury and got 1.45 million.
And is that is now precedent law?
Yes, and it's precedent 2 weeks ago.
So the message for employers and businesses is, if you've got procedures, then make sure that they're good, make sure that they're implemented, make sure you follow them, and make sure that they're working as they're intended to be. Because there's an example of somebody who's taken Vision Australia to court and got 1.45 million for a psych injury because of the way that they dismissed him.